Hey guys, welcome to a very exciting game from the Tata Steel Rapid and Blitz tournament that is currently going on. And I'm sorry if you feel that this is a little bit of delay between what is being played and what I'm showing, mainly because of my day job. I can only make one video a day, and I try to make two videos, but when I come back in the evening it becomes pretty late and I cannot really make two videos. But anyway, this game is being played between Anish Giri and Levon Aronian in round 14. That's how much progress we have made in a couple of days. And in the meantime, here is a nice photograph of Ding Liren. Harikrishna Pentala is helping him take some nice pictures. And we have, if I scroll over, this is Vishwanathan Anand. Look how famous he is in India. It's everybody looks like they're taking pictures. Some people are asking for autographs. Pretty crazy. And again, I don't own any of these pictures. These are owned by Tata Steel Chess, Rapid and Blitz tournament guys, and the photographers that they have named. I have taken this from their website. And there is another picture of Anand signing some more autographs. You have Magnus Carlsen, who has also been greeted by a lot of Indian fans. People are asking for some autographs here as well, and most of them are probably busy taking some pictures. A pretty interesting, amazing venue this is. And this is being held in Kolkata as well, just for an information. This is Levon Aronian looking at something and staring like, okay, what's going on there? And this is Hikaru Nakamura trying to analyze the position. And he's like, okay, what should I play? Because he probably has analyzed everything in his mind. And this is a funny picture of Anish Giri that I really liked, so I decided to show it to you guys. He's just looking back at Carlsen and he's like, what did you just say? Or something like that, or what did you just play? Something like that. But anyways, and this picture is perfect for today's game because Anish Giri in this tournament has drawn a lot of games. Even the games that he was supposed to win, he ended up drawing those games. So this is a look back at anybody who says something like this and he's like, what did you just say? I don't draw all the games. Here is a game that I'm going to win. So there's a spoiler, and let's just get into it. We have Anish Giri versus Levon Aronian, and the game starts with d4, where Anish Giri has the white pieces and Aronian has the black pieces. We get knight to f6 and c4. We have e6 and knight to f3, d5, g3, and not really capturing, even though that is an option, and usually you can again put your queen here on a4, give a check, you can capture this pawn once black captures, but this has all been played before and grandmasters don't really go for that line. So we have bishop to e7, and now white wants to just fianchetto the bishop on this long diagonal, and he does, and that's what he does, that's what Anish does. You have bishop to g2. We have castles by both sides, and now simply d takes c4, finally relieving the tension in the center. And now definitely there is an idea to push this pawn forward, but that's completely fine. It definitely weakens your queen side, mainly because after a move like this, moving your knight away, you open an attack on this rook, and there is no way. You have to give up your knight in order to save the rook, or you can just push this pawn forward, but all of those are weakening moves, so they don't really prefer to do that. So we have queen to c2, immediately attacking the pawn, and now a6. Now the plan is to go for this pawn pushing, and then if this rook is attacked, you can definitely put your rook on a7, so you need not worry, and that's the idea. We have queen takes c4, and now simply b5, attacking the queen. You have queen to c2, moving the queen back. So it's already move 9, and 1, 2 and 3 queen moves have been already played by Anish, but that's completely fine. I mean, because this is a rapid game or a blitz game, round 14, meaning this is a blitz game, so you have 5 minutes plus 1 second increment, and this is completely fine. You have bishop to b7, and now bishop to d2, bishop to e4, and This is attacking the queen, and now you simply get queen to c1. You have knight to c6 and bishop to e3. Bishop b4, pushing the pawn even forward, and now knight b to d2, attacking this bishop. And you simply have bishop to d5, defending. Now you have bishop to g5, getting out of this pawn sway because now you want to push these pawns. And simply you get knight takes d4, relieving this pawn of its duties. And you might think that, is this a knight sacrifice? But that's not really the case, and I'll tell you why. And this pawn, if you feel that this pawn was hanging, then that's not the case either. Because here is what you had to calculate. Knight takes d4, and now your bishop is hanging. And once you move this bishop and you capture this bishop, which was played in the game, so bishop takes g2, now you have opened up an attack on this knight. So you basically, if white captures this light squared bishop immediately, then you will drop this knight and you will simply get, you'll be simply a pawn down. It will be a clean pawn. But here is the catch, and this is what white had to find. You don't really have to capture the bishop. Instead, what you have to play is knight takes e6. And now, if you try to run away with the bishop, or if you try to capture this rook that is attacked, then you simply get queen captures on this square. So, in order to defend the queen, you have to capture this knight here. If not, the next move white is going to capture your bishop, and then you will be down a piece. So, you simply get f takes e6. You have to play this, and now king will definitely capture here on g2. Then you have queen to d5 with a check, and you get knight to f3, defending the check. You have c5, pushing the pawn forward, and simply queen to c2. Now you have c4 and rook a to d1, attacking the queen. You have queen to b5, rook to d4, now double attacking these pawns, and simply rook a to c8, putting some nice defense, and this queen is stuck on the c file for now, and this rook is eyeing this queen. So rook to h4, now you are attacking this pawn, but Aronian doesn't really mind, and he calculates precisely. He plays c3. He wants to create some weaknesses on this square and try to get some exchanges going. You have bishop takes f6 first because this pawn was defended, and now you have bishop takes f6, queen takes h7 with a check, but this is not checkmate because your king can definitely go to f7 square. Now you have rook to h5 attacking the queen, and you have queen takes e2. Now you get rook to e1, again attacking the queen, and you have queen takes e1, which is a pretty crazy sacrifice by Aronian. And actually Anish Giri was looking like, okay, what is the idea here? But here is the idea, and if you guys want to try to pause the video and try to find the idea, please feel free to do so, because you have to think a few moves ahead in this position. So the correct combination, of course, starts with knight takes e1. You have to accept the sacrifice, but here is what it gets crazy, and this is what you had to find. C takes b2. Now you are threatening bringing a queen into the game, but you might wonder, my queen is nicely defending this b1 square. Why will I simply why will black simply sacrifice his queen? But this is what you had to find. After knight to d3, you have to play this move, attacking attacking the pawn. And now in this position, if you do the mistake of getting a queen into the game, let me just show it to you. If you bring a queen into the game, there it is, then you simply get this knight will give you a check. Then you have to capture the knight, and then simply queen captures here, and it's white is up the material because you are a rook against a rook, and a bishop and a rook against a queen with almost equal number of pawns, and one of these pawns will definitely fall because you have to go and defend this pawn. Your bishop is also attacked, which is why in this position you cannot really bring a queen into the game. So wonderful move here by Anish Giri, and because of that he simply played rook to h8, which is the correct move. Now you are attacking the queen, and this rook is nicely defended, and you're also attacking this rook, and you cannot really cannot really give up the queen for two rooks, because then black will get a queen into the game. So pretty crazy position, and you had to calculate all of this with very less time on the clock. So these grandmasters, they play so amazing chess, they calculate it so fast that we cannot even compare. Anyways, you have after rook to h8, you have queen to e4. This is the only move that you had to play. And now simply rook takes h5. You have queen to b7 with a check. Now you are attacking this rook. You have bishop to e7 defending, and now knight takes b2. You cannot really again capture the rook, mainly because then you will just promote this pawn and get a wonderful queen into the game. So rook to c2, now simply defending, not only defending from the queen's threat, but also attacking the knight and attacking this pawn here. You have knight to d3, you have to give up the pawn. Now rook takes a2, and you get g4, pushing the pawn forward, attacking the rook. You have rook to d5, attacking the knight, and you have knight takes b4, which is a crazy move, because this is a losing move for Anish Giri, and he went from being an equal in possession to completely losing this move. But I'm going to ask you guys to pause the video and try to find the correct combination, because Aronian couldn't find it. So if you are in Aronian shoes, try to find the correct combination, and it begins with rook to b2. You have to pin this knight, and only then you have to attack this queen. So then white doesn't have a choice but to give up the queen for a rook. Then you will get queen takes d5, e takes d5, then you have knight takes d5, and you can even push a5. And there is nothing that can stop this pawn from queening, and this lone knight cannot really do anything, because you also have a bishop that can nicely support this a1, which is a queening square. So a wonderful position, but in this position he couldn't find this move, and given a chance, it's pretty simple move. I'm sure in rapid or even in classical chess he would have found it, but in this case he couldn't find, and he played rook to b5, which is a completely losing move. It loses all the advantage that Aronian had, and it gives the advantage back to Anish Giri. So now put yourself in the shoes of Anish Giri and try to find the winning combination. And you might think that, oh, my knight is attacked, my queen is attacked, but one thing you have to remember, that queen can get out of the attack by playing itself to f3, giving a check. And now, because this pawn is already pushed, you cannot really put this rook back to this position, defend the check, so you have to move the king. King was moved to g8, and now you can easily capture this a2 rook, and you just got a rook for free. So now if you look at the material, you have a knight against a bishop, and a knight and a queen against a bishop and a rook, and almost equal. Pawns don't even matter in this position, because the queen will definitely remaneuver itself, and you will definitely win the game. So this was the final position on the board, as Aronian resigned the game, and Anish Giri finally won an amazing game. It was a seesaw game, but nonetheless it was won by Anish Giri, and I was really happy to see him win, because he had winning positions in a few games, but for some reason he just or his opponents really played well in the time pressure, whatever it might be. The games ended up in a draw. So finally Anish Giri wins the game, and I'm going to show you a couple of more moves just to show you why Aronian resigned. You have bishop to f6, now you get queen to a8 with a check, king to f7, queen to a7 with a check, bishop to e7, and now queen takes a6. You eliminate that pawn, you also attack your rook, rook to b2 attacking the knight, knight to c3, rook to b4, h3, you have rook to b2, queen to c6, now you get rook to c2, trying to put some pressure on this knight by trying to pin it to the queen. You have queen to f3 with a check, getting out of the way with a check, king to e8, queen to d3, and slowly but surely you will push these pawns forward, get another queen into the game, or you will give up this knight for the bishop or even for the rook and have a wonderful game. So, and Aronian realized that he cannot really win from here, so he gave up in this position on move 36, and Anish Giri won an amazing game. That's all from this video. Sorry if it was a little bit lengthy, I just have had a lot of things to say in this game. But anyways, thank you for subscribing to all my subscribers. I greatly appreciate your support. Please keep supporting me this way, and I will keep making such amazing videos. Thanks to your support for that. And if you have any questions, comments or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below, or you can email them to me. My email address is in the description. That's it from the video. Namaste. See you next time.